Listen to these dudes and listen to how they are allowed to double down on what they said about Tariq Nasheed. And AD, I don't know what you think you did. Maybe you just assured, that you're going to survive in LA another couple of weeks, couple of years, whatever, dealing with these people. But these people aren't going to cease being a problem to you.
Right.
No matter how much you kiss their ass, they're not going to stop being a problem to you.
Right.
I promise you. Let's go.
And I don't think Adam's ever had anybody get their head blown off that's part of his family or has people in prison doing life behind shit. There's kids out there that are watching this shit.
He tried to clean that up, but what that was a veiled threat.
That's such a huge platform. And for Adam to come here and say that shit and the video still be up, it's bullshit.
I'll say this. I'll say it in a minute. Give me a moment. I'm going to be gone about 2 minutes.
Bullshit, and he should be fucking ashamed of himself.
And then after we have this conversation, we're gonna have that shit taken down. I'm gonna make sure.
And that's why when Duno and I spoke, I told Duno, but this shit's still up, homie. That's what just fucking pisses me off. It's still up.
And this is what we talked about, because people don't understand that one, and this is to anybody, and this especially to our people, the Latinos and the Mexicans, because just like how people are in your DMs, I'm getting the whole, you're not sticking up for our people, you're not supporting us, you're not doing this, you edited a video to make the homie look bad. One, I don't know how to fucking edit. Two, I don't run no fucking social media. And we had this conversation, and the assuming this was good was bad about this, because when that Tiger thing happened, and for correct me when I'm wrong, when you assumed that I was going against our people, and when you called me, we had that conversation. You're like, damn, homie, I wish I would have had that conversation. When this video went up and you did the no jumper thing, and you said, Duno, are you trying to have a bro? I just woke up from selling out the show with El Rey Theater with all Latino cast, and I didn't even know that you did that. I didn't even know that people were tagged. I seen the video from another blog of Los Angeles that's mostly pro-black post that video. And I was like, well, I'm pretty sure you guys take. To me, you don't seem like a racist. To me, you're not a racist. I've seen you work with you just had classes. I think you had classes, Malona. And when we had a conversation of the thing, but the narrative being pushed that I'm trying to take you down, and because I don't get I'm
thinking it's the platform. Listen, no jumper. Let's say that's your hood, and your hood literally went over there, smutting me up, crossed out my shit, and I'm coming to you guys, hey, homie, you know me. Oh, no, we're good. If I say, yeah, but you guys are still crossing us out. You guys are still talking that shit because it's still on the platform.
That's
no,
Come
on, homeboy.
No. Straight up. He's right. He's right when it comes down to that. And this is why I always say, and Duno is right as well, too, because he don't have he doesn't post nothing. You feel me?
No, I understand that.
There's certain people that post stuff here. There's certain stuff that goes up on the platform, and there's plenty of stuff that I done told Adam, hey, I want something taken down. Some stuff he didn't take it down, some stuff he ain't taking down. You feel me?
Yeah, but this is stuff that
is
literally, it's literally something that can get people fucking killed.
It's more. And then when I talked to Adam, I was like, hey, fool, people are not taking this to this light. I'm the only Mexican in this motherfucker. So who are you guys gonna reach out to?
And
I'm getting the heat. So when I have grown ass man talking about, hey, fool, fuck you, you don't represent it, I'm like,
how do you think my DMs are?
Exactly.
My DMs are talking about, I'm gonna kill you, homeboy. Come on.
No, exactly. But what I'm saying is, the assuming part is what got this whole thing. People assumed you were racist. But when the Tiger shit came out, people assumed I was going against our people, and that's the fucked up part.
And I was the first person to talk up, you feel me? That's how me and you even know each other. You said, hey, AD gets it. You know what I'm saying? Because once again, Duno's 22 years old. You know what I'm saying? He didn't grow up at a time. Y'all grew up at a time when the race riots was crazy. It was cracking. Definitely. And I even talked about on the news today that I remember when I was in middle school, you feel me? Blacks and Mexicans didn't get along like that.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? When I got to high school, it got a little better, and now we're here where we are now. You know what I'm saying? This is my homeboy. I got a show with him. It's two black guys and there's one Hispanic guy. You feel me? He holds it down. We joke. He make racist jokes
all the time.
You guys can do it. It is what it is. But imagine for a second, and there was a small clip of you going around for a little bit on this channel, disrespecting the homies. Well, no, not you disrespecting the homies. The phrase, right?
That shit was
right.
Even that. Yeah.
Imagine if I would have got that clip, edited that part out, and said, "Look what fucking AD's doing." But what are we doing with that? We're just fighting. And what I'm trying to accomplish is to stop the 50 years or so that we've been down here, like killing one another, going to prison. All we're doing is fucking putting people in jail, feeding the fucking system, homie. But then you got people like Adam coming with that bullshit. You run this bitch, Adam. You run this bitch. If you wanted that video down, it could be down. Why? Because he wants the fucking views. But the views that he wants is on the back of black and brown kids killing fucking one another. I mean, that's fucking wrong.
You ain't lying right now, bro.
Yeah, no, most definitely. Real. And just know behind the scenes.
Yo, we got dirty folks in the building. What's happening with you, Dirty?
What's poppin', pimpin'?
Man, what's up with you, man? What's that, man? We got, man, dirty folks and Westside Kulik in this thing, man. What do you think about this so far? And Dirty, I'm gonna ask you because I know you're from Chicago, and Chicago has what, the largest Mexican population outside of Los Angeles?
Man, fuck the Mexicans. Look, for real, fuck the Mexicans, bro. They cool when they move in your hood. They chase you out their hood. Fuck the Mexicans.
You're right.
Here's thus my issue. This is why I got on, bro. Because you know I'm tribal as it gets, right? You don't get more tribal than gangbang.
Right.
Bro, I hate when niggas bitch up. This is everything, right? This is everything. This is the women, gays, and felons, right? Because that's the blacks, because men ain't black, right?
Right. Facts.
This the women, gays, and felons. This the motherfucking the Mexicans. It's these goddamn Jamaicans. It's all these motherfuckers that black men are so scared to be men that they capitulate to everybody. Everybody's included, to the point that Jamaicans can say they run motherfucking rap music. The Jews can say they started Def Jam. The Mexicans can say, if you can say nigga all day, but if I be like, yo, Bean Eater, oh, that's racist.
Yeah, these motherfuckers talking about violence on here.
Man, look.
And the little puppet, Bozo, whatever his name is, the other guy. Like I say, it looks like a carbon copy of what you see, you know, when you're not from Los Angeles, of what a Los Angeles Mexican gang member looks like. You know, I hate to say it's very stereotypical. You know what I'm saying? But
I don't give a fuck about no tattoos. Look, I don't care about no tattoos. I will set this whole motherfucker up, bro. You're not gonna. When people come to my channel, man, like and sub to the Dirty Folks podcast. But anyway, when people come to my channel, I tell them all the time. I say, man, look, fuck on your own way. We got to try, but we got to rebrand. Because once you say this is what I am, y'all can't defend 46 million motherfuckers, but you can defend your shit the same way the Jews. Every time you say something, they're like anti-Semitic.
Yeah.
You said, you need to protect your honor, protect your shield, protect your logo like every other man does.
Right.
Quit hiding behind these bitches' skirts. You empower bitches and ask her for power back. You give her the car keys and be like, oh, this crazy bitch driving. Stop doing that shit.
Facts.
This just like lightweight the way he was. You're right. Yeah, but my friend is right too. Two motherfuckers on opposing sides can't be right.
Yeah, like, hey, everybody's right. And I think that's how he thinks that's really how he made it through this, was because he was basically just capitulating at every end that he could and apologizing. This man offered more apology.
If I'm with Westside, I don't give a fuck, nigga. If I'm making money with Westside and I'm with Westside right to my right, nigga, and I'm making money with Westside, and Westside, nigga, fuck y'all, nigga. This my peoples. This is how I eat. I don't give a fuck about ops. Cause y'all the ops. Y'all invite me to y'all shit. The way I walked in is the way I'm gonna walk out. We ain't gonna kick it off right here, but I tell you this: as soon as I get to this goddamn corner, it's on. You know what I'm saying? If that's how you feel about it, cause we gonna get down or lay down, and I'm not gonna be the nigga that get down. I might lay down or I might lay you down, but I'm gonna down my feet, my nigga. I don't understand this shit.
It's getting bad, man, and I think that these people are agents, man, that are used to set this whole thing up. Because like I was explaining the West Side, over the last 3 weeks, it's been a Latino explosion that's been injected into this, race argument that we've been having over the last, 2 years, real strong now, going on 2 years. Well, almost over 2 years. Now, I guess it started in, Ahmaud Arbery. Getting killed, and George Floyd was kind of Breonna Taylor and all of that time, so this has been going on right over 2 years.
I got a problem with all that shit. You know what?
Well, go ahead, man. Say what you say. Do what you do. Look, we on here, man. We in here.
Look, man, and I say this as a lesbian who's done a crime or two in my life, right? I don't give a fuck about what the women, gays, and felons do. Right? The Breonna Taylor shit. Do you see how they rally around the criminals, but they'll let that boy get shot, the 12-year-old boy get shot in the park in Cleveland, don't do shit. They'll let that boy down in Atlanta, get him in an aisle 12 at Walmart. What was his name? Get shot because he was trying to buy a toy gun for his kid.
Yeah, that was in Ohio.
That's obviously plastic. You know what I'm saying? The older gentleman that the police was trying to arrest him because he owed child support, so he ran and they shot him 4 times in the back. That gets nothing. If you sell dope or smoke dope and run out here with counterfeit money and you shoot at cops or whatever, they'll shut down this whole goddamn nation for protest parades. But if you just doing the right thing, standing on your square, nothing.
Yeah. And I think this is to help us realize, and I'm glad we having this, and I'm glad you said that, is because this pulls all of this together. All of this is together. I'm gonna tell you, this is related just as much as the Disney characters and Sesame Street characters ignoring the kids. You know what I'm saying? This is all connected. This is all letting you know that we don't have any friends in this world. We have 0 friends in this world. We have 0 allies because nobody wants to ally with us. They rather ally against us. They rather form alliances against us because we're the soft target. We're the safe bet. And this has been the image that we've allowed to be portrayed. This is what we've allowed our image to become. It's time to course correct.
Coach Keith, man, ain't no media doing shit against us. It's black women. Let me tell you something. And I'm not trying to be like woman hater. I'm just saying girls are dumb and y'all listen to dumb people, so you dumb. What I'm saying is this: when it comes to media, right now we're on a platform on social media, the big mic drop. When he does his media, he talks about content that's important to him, and the people that want to hear that content, they tune in. I have watched independent media from a lot of people that I've never heard of. They have a cartoon called Berry Tales, which is teddy bears in a black college. It's the most hilarious shit ever.
I'm gonna check that out. That's just all fun.
It's funny as fuck. But with all that being said, the people made the content they wanted other people to see, and other people gravitated toward that content. You do not have to make, every black filmmaker does not have to make a crime drama. Every black woman does not have to make the black men a gay main character. Nobody tells you to do that shit. Y'all heard out the grapevine that somebody paying for that shit, and y'all followed the money because your mother told you that money was power. Money has never been power. Money is the tool in exchange for goods and services. Influence is power. Force is power. Money has never been power. Because I know a nigga with no money that can get you killed. They got the power of life and death. Every bitch you know can get you killed. They professional fight promoters. They ain't got no money.
Hey, that girl got 2 of her brothers shot.
And then the other girl got her son, goddamn life in jail over some cold French fries.
Over fries and McDonald's.
Got the power of life and death. They ain't got no money.
Money is not. That little nigga had 12 priors. He was 20.
Oh, she's a great mom. She did a great job. You look at this situation, the chicken, what was it, in Compton, who stepson got killed and she didn't give a fuck, like, oh, we gangbang out here. You know what I'm saying? They have the power of life and death. You don't get more powerful than that. The only 2 things that's guaranteed is death and taxes.
Right.
You have the power to control your image. That's why I say you got to rebrand, because you can't rebrand these colors because y'all scared of girls. How the fuck you gonna fight other men? You scared of girls, and everybody know you scared of girls. That's why everybody else talk to everybody else men, but they talk to your women because they know you scared of girls.
Damn.
Fuck you gonna fight a man? You scared of a bitch? Y'all niggas is pathetic. But I love you.
Let's finish listening to this, man. I'm not like I said. I'm gonna stop it soon. I'm waiting for one thing to happen. But AD, you did a horrible job representing black people. Just represent you from here on out, fam. For real.
We like I said, and we're just having this conversation off camera. I could tell Adam how I feel. Hey, fool, this is not cool. But in the end of the day, he's gonna have to roll with the punches that come, because that's what, if he doesn't look, and this is his
Hey, check that out on the side of that man's hat, though. What's that on the side of that hat?
I can't see it.
That should like a pentagram. It should like the satanic pentagram.
I think they came on the hat though.
Kind of does.
No, they got their hats custom. Don't custom hats.
Yeah, that look like they got the satanic pentagram on his hat.
Change ain't on the way, Coach Klein. I hate that shit. Hold on, let me address Coach Keith real quick because you just said two things, and it ain't my channel, so I don't give a fuck about you something. First, you said oligarchy is weaponizing black women against us. First of all, dog, do you know how easy it is to not have to fuck with a black woman? Just don't fuck with them. Like that's easy. The second part is black men are scared of black women, but change is on the way. Yeah, because all y'all niggas is forgoing y'all citizenship to be passport bros and run to other countries for women. Y'all running because of women to women instead of training your toddlers right here. I don't understand y'all niggas, but that's part of the women.
Oh yeah. I was always telling the passport bros about that when I was going to Bernard, not Bernard S, but Bernard Riley's channel. And, you know, I got into it with a couple of guys on there, but I was telling them, man, if y'all don't know how to conduct yourselves in your own country, that you're pretty familiar with the laws and the customs and everything else, what makes you think it's easier to conduct yourself in another country? Right. That shit is about where prostitution is legal or not, in my opinion. And, you know, you can say I said it. Y'all niggas want to go down and pay for pussy and not get arrested.
Boom.
Is that I gotta give you credit for that, but it's simpler than that. Men are awesome, and most men are law-abiding citizens. So I have no doubt that a black man or any other man can go to a foreign nation and follow the law of the land. So it doesn't matter where they are. Prostitution is legal here. You know what's not legal in America? Because prostitution is legal. You know what's not legal?
Pimping.
Pimping's not legal.
Right.
They don't want you to control your bitch because they want this bitch to be anarchy.
And it's going there.
Church.
It's going now. I was telling my wife the other night that she real. I was just asking her, and I wasn't trying to be condescending or nothing. You know, she's very intelligent, so we could have these discussions, you know. But I was asking her, did you realize that all of these numbers, these assault numbers, these rape numbers, these, you know what I'm saying, murder numbers against women, crimes against women have been on a steady incline since feminism? Women weren't screaming protect black women before the 60s. That was always a given.
You know what? I'm gonna give the show that you're showing right now, how they talking about Pearson took a clip and made a projection. That's what happened in the 60s. That's what they did to Malcolm Little. Malcolm Little gave that speech that says the least protected, least respected person in America is the black woman. And they took that clip, but it was part of a come to death row speech. If you want to be protected, you come to the Nation of Islam.
Right.
They cut that part off. They cut the come to death row off. All of that is, if you don't want to produce a dancing in the videos, they kept that, and then they left off the come to death row. You know what I'm saying?
Great analogy.
So you women felt like, oh, we're not being protected. First of all, nothing happens to girls. Nothing happens.
Nothing.
I've seen a shootout happen in Detroit in a Coney Island spot. For the people that's ever been to Detroit, you know Coney Island like they subway submarine, whatever. It was in a Coney Island spot. A dude just boom, boom, blew two cats' heads, just domes out. Everybody running. A woman trying to run out the store. The gunman pushed her head down, leaned on her while he shot out the door. Used her as a leverage. He ain't kill her. He boom, boom, boom. Because psychologically, black men are scared of women. You're scared of your mothers, scared of your aunts. They gave you birth through 10, your most formidable years, and gave you all women authority figures from kindergarten all the way through 5th grade. Y'all scared of girls. And anytime a man say, fuck these bitches, you be like, but what about your mom? And then if my mama own crack, fuck that bitch too. Because I say, fuck the crackhead down the block, that's somebody mama.
Facts.
Y'all give too much credence to bitches, and y'all have, because matriarchy is slavery. Y'all keep blaming white people. Matriarchy was slavery. The only people that could ever stop a black woman was a white woman.
Right.
Even during slavery, look at what happened during Jim Crow. They always talk about Willie Lynch, Jim Crow. Willie Lynch's first sentence was what? Woman above the man, because woman is slavery. During Jim Crow, the first thing they did was all those black women went to work in somebody else's house, which is crazy because these bitches' house is nasty shit now. But anyway, they'll go and go to some white people's house, check the husband, check the kids, check the dog, check the cat, check the mailman, and then when that motherfucking white wife come in the door, she like, oh shit. The only person to ever check a black woman was a white woman. But y'all blame white men, but y'all ain't gonna fight white men, but y'all blame white men. You know what I'm saying? Y'all should be, look.
Well, let's keep it a buck. Let's keep it fair. White men are afraid of their wives. White men are the ones who empowered their women.
I agree.
White men, it gave their women power over them. So
I agree. I agree. And black women want to be white women. Whole time they losing their men to Latinas.
I see it every day.
Because girls are dumb.
Hey, I'm gonna be honest. And I think, and I'm gonna say this, I think that's really the basis of the Latino dudes' problem with black men.
Boom.
We getting they hoes, bro. Like, they hoes love us.
Been getting they hoes my whole life since the 90s. They were
dude, since they jumped off the border, they jumped on our dicks. I'm gonna be honest. I'm not even trying to be funny here, disrespectful. It is what it is. I got niggas that got kids by Mexican chicks, Latino chicks, this and that, and blah blah blah. But you rarely see it the other way around.
These girls
like to go with white women.
Right.
Yeah. You know what's crazy about that? Not only is that true, just patterns, right? Just like us, black men want Latino women, but black women want white men.
Right.
Same shit. Here's the difference though. Black men are actually wanted. We're the number 2 or number 3, if you're in Asia, most chosen man on earth, right? So you go off your nationality. So if you're in Asia, you want a Chinese man first, then a white man because of the prestige, and a black man, right? In French man, black man. America, white man, black man, right? Black men are the 2nd or 3rd most desired man on earth. Black women are dead last. And they're not dead last because the shit that they say, they be like, we fat because during slavery, we had to be fat so we wouldn't get raped. Bitch, this is 2018, bitch. Like, you still fat. I got 3 kids by 4 niggas because of Jim Crow and Willie Lynch. Bitch, it's 2015.
But that's true. That's true. And the fact that she would be able to say that is even sicker. But the breeding, the breeders are true. And the mentality of being a breeder. And you notice it's only certain type of women that do that. But that's definitely a plantation sex mentality. All of these different baby fathers with different, you know what I'm saying? With different kids by different dudes, all these different mixed up bloodlines and lineages. You got kids with different mental issues. They need to, because they don't share anything but your womb.
I was gonna say this on Judge Palmer's show, and I'm gonna shut up and let you play the video. I was gonna say this on Palmer's show, but he didn't have a call in. He was talking about how Exhibit's brother gave up the bread, right? Told
I saw the thumbnail earlier.
So, and I was gonna say they got different dads. These women don't understand that siblings don't get along when they got different dads. They try to condition you to believe that's your brother, that's your sister. No, you're dirt. Mom is dirt. Dad is the seed. Dirt can hold a lot of different seeds. I can have an oak tree right next to a weed and come out the same dirt. You know what I'm saying? You got whole different tribes in your pussy, bitch. And they do it intentionally because they can't be loyal to a tribe. These bitches be AKA, they don't date alphas. They date motherfucking GDs. These bitches be Crips and they baby daddy of blood. Goddamn it, man. They talk about look, these hoes are built for destruction, man. And that's cultural because men don't check they bitch. If you trained your toddler, you wouldn't have to get a passport to find a bitch. Because I never heard nobody be like, you know what? I'm gonna go to South Africa. I'm gonna start a business, man. I'm gonna go to the Exit Bank, and you know what I'm saying? We're gonna start commerce, open up Forex. Never. I'm gonna find me a black woman. I just want a foreign. And y'all know subconsciously, psychologically, y'all know that those people not black because you named a nation to go to get a hue, which means black is a fetish, not a race. Because if you just wanted black, then you train this bitch right here. You went all the way to a whole different province to get a motherfucker that you think would be socially acceptable for your slave mentality.
I think something too, man, when it comes to that race thing, look, we talk about race and discuss and describe it as race as a concept, right? But really, we all know that race is a total construct. It's a social construct. It's artificial. So how do we go back and start like really living life knowing that that's the case? That there's really no such thing as race. That was something made up by a man. Now you got gender, you got phenotype, you got genotype, you know what I'm saying? You got all of these different things that are real, that they say are fake, but the very fake thing they've convinced us is actually real. This shit is sick, and I think it's insurmountable at this point in time. We literally need to just divide and make sure that we can survive as our tribe. I'm gonna be honest. We need to secure our tribe. And I hate to use the tag term that they're using on Twitter because I'm not familiar with those guys. I've just seen it in passing, but I understand the concept.
Yeah, and that's why you've had these people that were part of these, eugenic type societies and starting these out of Africa theories and all this kind of thing, and Charles Darwinism. We were talking about earlier, Mike, and Walter Pleckers and, Melville Huskovitz and however you say his last name. That's why they did this kind of thing. And that's why when you do the math and you do connection of the dot, you'll see that everything goes back to sub-Saharan or whatever, but that's not the case. Not everybody's from Africa, not everybody's from here, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And that's why they want to make sure we don't know who we are as American Indians or the autochthonous bloodline of the American continent. That's why this race bullshit was constructed in general, to make sure us over here don't know who we be. And that's why you got Latinos, Middle Easterners, Ukrainians, Asians, everybody and mama coming to the capital of the planet, which is the American continent.
That makes sense. Man, we got Rough Day in the building. Rough Day said late to the show. Hey, man, good to have you in here, though, fam, for real. Damn, I don't know what's going on. There we go. Yeah, good to have you in here, man. Another deep conversation tonight. We're talking about American Cholo, and we're looking at AD. I do know, I think his name is Duno with the pentagram on the side of the hat. I think that's pretty interesting that kid got that going on the side of his hat. I wish I could zoom in on it. But I think that's real interesting. That's a nice little still shot of that. Because, I mean, I'm going to be honest. At that point in time, we already know you got an upside-down value system, so there's really no need in listening to you or what you have to say.
Well, we'll get into a lot of, just like TS in Texas. Y'all look, study that. A lot of these Latino gangs are clicked up, I'll use that language, with these Aryan white extremist gangs and groups. So they can sit here and say, the Mayate is racist, or the blacks are racist, but we're not clicked up with no Aryan gangs going against you motherfuckers, right? If anything, the civil rights, we go into your restaurants. Matter of fact, I was at a damn Mexican restaurant the other day, giving them my hard-earned money. So what's that about? AD should have brought that up. Why y'all got all these gangs, whether it be from California, Chicago, Texas? Why y'all clicked up with these Aryan white extremist gangs going against us? Right. That cleared the whole room out. But AD didn't say nothing about this shit.
Right. That's what I mean. Because I'm gonna be honest, he don't know nothing about that. Maybe. I don't know what his gang affiliation is, or even if he has one.
He's a Crip. He's a Crip from Compton.
Okay, but
Chris ain't got no lit. Here's the thing with that: white men are scary. They really are, right?
They're only gonna come at you if they know they can get you.
Right, and Mexicans are the same way, right?
There's gonna be a lot of them.
So say it like this: when Mexicans go to jail, Mexicans don't click with the Aryans because the Aryans trying to click with the brothers to stay out of trouble. But they don't call themselves Aryans; they call themselves Saxon Knights.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And all they keep talking about, yo, bro, we ain't on that, bro. I watched the Saxon Knights and the Latin Kings get punked out by the black dudes in jail in Indiana. And y'all know Indiana's the home of the Klan.
Right.
And they don't want no smoke. These motherfuckers are droopy. Not the Mexicans necessarily, but the white folks especially. They droopy. Remember how droopy get? I mean, you could punk droopy out all day, but as soon as you touch his girl, you know what? That Mike's Money Maya.
Right.
The only time, no matter how racist they are, the only time they really ride is over a girl.
Oh yeah, it's always over a hoe. You know, I could have swore it was over a hoe. What did he say? Hey, what DMX say?
Oh, DMX. You know it was over dough. Man, I could have sworn.
I swear it was over a hoe.
Man.
Hey, man. Rest in peace, DMX, man.
But I'm more so saying, like, you know, with the Texas politics and the California politics, like they are, you know, when you know, whether it be in prison or whether it be out of prison, they will align themselves with them to go against us. And my thing is, like, we've never done nothing to Latino people. We've never had this type of hate or rage or ignorance towards them. The most they can say is we made a joke about them with them eating salsa, like that dumbass Tiger video, whatever. But I mean, we're not, and I sent you an article, Mike, in the private chat. We're not going to the neighborhoods, whether it be in California, Texas, or wherever in this country, bombing their shit, you know, doing crazy shit like that, killing them, attacking their grandmothers. You know, the biggest thing they've been saying about,
that's what they're doing to us.
Right.
That's what they're doing to our women. Because they ain't doing them. I'm in Chicago. Like you said, second biggest Latin. I don't know, because it's a lot of Puerto Rican, but Puerto Ricans do not claim Mexicans. So I ain't gonna put New York.
Chicago got the biggest Mexican population.
Oh yeah, we got all these goddamn bean eaters, and I like beans. I like tacos. Tacos my thing, but we got them anyway. So here's the thing: when the liberals decided they was gonna shut down America during the pandemic, right?
Yeah.
There were news stories that the Mexicans were protecting their stores. Right?
Yes.
Now I'm outside in the real world. I'm watching two things. Number one, it wasn't their stores. They weren't Mexican-owned stores. It was just the stores in their neighborhoods. No different than black neighborhoods having Arab store owners in their neighborhoods, right?
Right.
Second of all, the Mexicans plugged with the police precinct against black people, right? But they not fucking with the blacks, right? So not black men. Like there was news stories in Chicago, like black woman driving up the street, Mexican hair in the face while she's driving in her car at a stop sign. And then the black dudes will come through and lay that whole bitch down.
Right.
Because they really didn't want no problems with the men, period. You know what I'm saying? But they will attack it. White guys do the same thing, beat up black chicks. You don't ever really see white guys beat up
They beat up women, yeah. They run up on women. And
now because the women are the least protected because they talk too fucking much. I don't care what happened to them myself personally. But in either case or whatever case, but they don't fuck with a man even if you by yourself, right? Until you open your mouth and you sound matriarchal, then they'll fuck with you. But as long as you a man standing in your square, they don't fuck with you. Anyway, my point was they had all these news stories. They made the newspaper, it made the evening news, how the Mexicans were defending their stores. Black men were doing the same thing. Black men just didn't make it on the news, right?
Right.
The stores that we like. Matter of fact, one black dude told the Arab, "You lucky I like you because we done came through the sun, the ventilation system in the roof and tore this bitch down, robbed you blind and burnt your shit. But we like you." So black men were doing the same thing, protecting the commerce that they like.
Right.
Not only that, it was them white folks from Antifa that was burning down the stores.
Yeah, it was the the agent provocateurs.
Right.
So, but all this shit got put on black men. Even though black men operate the exact same way Mexican men did, but black men have worse press. To the point that black women like, y'all don't defend y'all stores like the Mexicans do. I'm like, bitch, you finna go to the store right now. Who you think defended it?
Because it was definitely being targeted. But I'll say this, man, it's gotten so sick though, Dirty, to where, you know, that stuff was exposed back during the summer of 2020 riots. You know what I mean? There was exposed. You saw pictures of the police officer going through, breaking windows in the AutoZone with a hammer, you know, during just getting everything started while people were protesting. we've gotten so willfully ignorant and obtuse that we just want to get stuck in our ways, and we started believing that alternative fact shit. That basically the truth doesn't exist, but you can basically, the truth is your perception, or that whole living my truth and that my truth shit. That's why I hate that term and phrase. I don't know where it came from. There's not a my truth. There's only the truth, bitch. You know what I'm saying? All that my truth shit. And I say bitch because a nigga that say that shit sound like a bitch when
he's from women. Bruh. These bitches is the ops. I'm look, to clarify, because I'm trying to get y'all to a certain place. First of all, black women have never liked you. They were with you because they needed you. And then when they felt like they didn't need you, they no longer were with you. But because you sleep with the enemy and don't realize it's the enemy, y'all listen to the enemy tell you that you ain't shit. When you're fucking awesome. Men are awesome. Like 80% of them. Men are awesome. They have you distrusting your brother. They don't teach your friends shit. You got friends with single mothers. They ain't taught that motherfucker shit. He can't fix a flat, nigga. But then he'll turn around and say, yo, y'all do nigga business. Who the fuck trained me, bitch? You sent me to this public school full of liberal white women and fat black bitches, and your ass ain't teach me shit except how to babysit somebody so you can go suck a dick. Where the fuck was I supposed to learn it from? You know what I'm saying? All these dudes got hoop dreams because the only male figure they're allowed to be around is a fucking coach.
And, and she's sucking his dick.
She's sucking his dick, so she'll start.
Dick. That's how you can start. Right.
Yeah.
Damn.
Oh, I done seen it. I done seen that happen so much.
Nigga, they do it for anything because they think pussy is all purpose. The same pussy that they pay for these tacos, they try to get a house with it.
The most talented on the team rode the bench because his mother was deceased.
Because he was raised by his grandfather.
He was raised by his grandfather. He's the most talented nigga on the team.
Damn.
You get to high school, they're like, damn, why we ain't see no film on you? It's like,
yeah, exactly. His granddad got him painting fences every weekend and throwing bales of hay in the backyard and shit. He's the most talented nigga on the team.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
But you got the little flashy nigga that's gonna wind up in prison who mom's setting it out for the coach.
Damn.
Hey, it's nothing but the truth, bro.
That's the truth.
It's the truth.
Yeah.
And nobody wants to address 90% of the things y'all blame on white supremacy is really tolerant. You know what I'm saying? There's not that many white people in your community to be fucking with you like that. So the women, gays, and felons that they elect, because I saw down there in Alabama how proud y'all was to get out of racist to put in a pedophile.
Who? When?
Down there in Birmingham, like 2 years ago.
Who? What pedophile? Who?
Shit, what was he? A senator or something? This is 2 years ago.
Talking about the Judge Roy Moore?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he ain't make it.
What y'all got rid of the pedophile to put in the racist? I know it was one way or other.
No, yeah. Basically, Roy Moore, I think it was Roy Moore running against Doug Jones for the Senate. And Doug Jones was the dude that got the Michael Donald case prosecuted. And the girls, not the Michael Donald case, I'm sorry, it was the girls in Birmingham that got bombed in the church. So he became the senator. I know what you're talking about, but yeah, that was Roy Moore.
Yeah, I remember Roy Moore. I remember that name.
Yeah. He was the judge. He was the judge that wouldn't take the 10 Commandments out of the courtroom.
And black women got credit for that. It made national news. Black women got him in.
In where? Oh, you talking about Doug Jones?
Yeah, got him elected.
Yeah. Black women have always been taking the credit for getting the Democrats in, and it's funny. You know, a lot of black men actually help do that as well.
It don't matter.
And I'll say this too and that's kind of what makes this whole Latino hate, especially Mexicans and people from Central America, their hatred for us, what makes it so sick is that literally we were the people that voted to get that motherfucker to let y'all out them damn cages on the board.
That's right.
We
the ones that voted for that. That was one of the things that we actually jumped on the stage for, is to get these kids out of these damn cages. You see what I mean? And y'all didn't do shit. It wasn't Mexican gang members in California that were putting up money to go do that.
That's right.
It wasn't y'all voting to do that. So I don't understand this superiority y'all claim y'all have. It's just about intimidation.
And intimidate nobody.
They trying to intimidate and exert some kind of pressure or force on the situation. I'm gonna tell you like this. That's why I got this fucking hat on tonight. Because at the end of the day, nigga, we'll vote with the white folks and keep them in charge. And guess what happens to every damn body else? Do you understand that?
Ice, ice, baby.
Ice, ice, baby. Because literally, at the end of the day, you can't deport us no motherfucking where.
That's right.
We're Americans. You can't send us nowhere. So at some point in time when you're in Rome, you need to do as the Romans do. Because like I said, especially here in the South, we'll click up with white boys. We click up with them and link up with them every day.
And we getting like that up north too, bro. I'm co-signing you. We getting like that up north too. I'm man, bro. I've been 12 years, bro. I've been telling these niggas like, yo, these bitches, yo, ops. No, because we had the teachers union, man. Fuck the teachers union. You could be a teacher with a $49 certificate, my nigga. Fuck these bitches. All these bitches, the ops. Oh, but we gotta know these bitches, the ops. And everybody like, oh, who hurt you, nigga? These bitches. Because these bitches is the ops. And it's not a sexual thing. Because black men are so sexualized.
It was over-sexualized.
All they think is mating. They're either over or under. They either incels or they fucking everything. Right? And look, man, I had the opportunity to fuck everything. It was cool. But my whole thing is, because of that, I'm saying that my hatred ain't sexual. My hatred is everything's functional. They fuck up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers out here trying to fight to be with their kids. I've been watching this shit since like 92. Friends I went with get them man can't see their kids since 92, 93, and they steady yelling, these guys are deadbeats, and I'm steady watching dudes spending 20, 30,000 to get 4 days a month.
Right.
Yeah. When you go out here and you try to get a job, if it's a Keisha in human resources, it's known you're not going to get that job. Like, it's common knowledge. Like, yo, you go in there and you see a black woman, bro, she's not going to hire you, a black man. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, when you done with that, I got something for you on that.
No, go ahead, man.
I got something for you on that right now. I was finna kick into it, but I had to stop you. I didn't want you to think I was being rude. When you just said that about that job application, let's get the coons out the building.
Remember how you felt when you introduced your female cousin to your mediocre white girlfriend? Or how about when you went out with your white coworkers to happy hour and ended up losing your job with harassment charges? Or even when you interviewed this nigga, knowing good and damn well you weren't gonna hire him because he looked like your baby daddy people, although he was qualified. We at the Big Mike Drop Labs would like to introduce you to Coonitin, a drug for coonish behavior. Doctors reported a 3.8% drop in platinum blonde dark ass niggas last year alone, and Coonitin has a 75% effectivity rate in old ass coon niggas. 9% of working age coons self-reported exercising greater restraint from kissing white folks' asses, thus cutting down on the spread of pink eye in the office. If you're experiencing coonish symptoms, ask your doctor if Coonitin is right for you. Warning, Coonitin does have laxative properties, so don't use it if you're completely full of shit. Coonitin, because coons gotta live too. They might as well be medicated. Also from the makers of Coonitin, Divestrogen, a medication for divestors who think no one notices the difference between the wig texture and the texture on the back of your neck. Approved by Dr. Mammy. Patients over 60 are encouraged to receive their Coonitin booster shots every 6 months. Don't be miserable. Get your life back with Coonitin.
Possible side effects include, but are not limited to, headaches, nausea, constipation, diarrhea, blackouts, confusion, muscle spasms, increased ball size. In the case of women, actually believing you have balls. Hallucination, paranoia, increased police presence. In extreme cases, you could become a real nigga.
The mic drop.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got Cornerton.
That was absolutely hilarious.
Yes, man. Yes, man. As soon as you said not giving a nigga a job when you walk in to see a black woman, I had to play it. Because that shit happens so much, bro. Like, look, I have a problem with women bosses anyway. I would say that. I could do a black woman before I could do a white woman. Because they get real abusive. But I found that overall, women in the type of work that I'm in tend to abuse their power.
Women should never be in an authority position, but black men are comfortable with women in authority positions. But I agree with you. Because here's the thing, women don't like women bosses.
Yeah.
Nobody likes a woman in charge.
Yeah,
women always want to be in charge. Well,
that's why Hillary Clinton ain't in, because of women.
And black men got the blame for that, but white women saved us.
It was white women that didn't put Hillary Clinton in office.
White women saved us.
Yeah. They the reason Trump in office. But I got a story from the LA Times that Westside Kulik sent me over, man. This is from let's see, it looks like May in 2016. States that Latino gang members firebombed black residents to drive them out of Boyle Heights project, prosecutors allege. That's out in Los Angeles. So it states that 7 Latino gang members have been charged with firebombing the homes of black families living in the Boyle Heights housing project, an attack that federal prosecutors allege was designed to drive African Americans out of the neighborhood. The federal indictment unsealed Thursday describes how the gang members allegedly planned and carried out the May 12th, 2014 attack, which came at the time. Hold on, I don't know what's going on. Which came at a time when black families were increasingly moving into the Ramona Gardens public housing complex after previous violence that prompted most African Americans to flee. So this is going on in California as late as 2016.
Right.
And this is not, notice it's not black gangs that are trying to run these people out. These people were allowed to come to this country. We actually split property with them, actually stayed next door to them, attended school with them. And now since their numbers are up, they feel like it's time to take over. Right. And I'm going to tell you, the Gil American Cholo guy, if you go to Star on the episode he did about Tiger, it was a couple of days ago, you get to about 47 minutes and you listen to Gil, the American Cholo, talk. The white man, Rory, destroyed him. See, when it came time, he thought he was talking to a black man at first because he started talking shit. You know, right. It's funny that these African Americans and especially black people and blah, blah, blah. He didn't realize that Rory was a white Irishman from New York. Man, when I tell you, he destroyed their ass. Then the Puerto Rican chick, Jen on the Block, came on, and she was defending the Mexicans, but she's Puerto Rican. And he destroyed them. He destroyed them. They were hot. But Gil wound up admitting that, first of all, he said that he doesn't mix corporate with street. He doesn't mix corporate business with street business. And you see, that's a damn lie. Lil Puppet hadn't even started talking yet. And then he came out and finally got upset at Rory, the Irishman, and said that we're going to take over. We're going to be in your schools. We're going to be in your neighborhoods. We're going to be, He just ran down the list, basically legitimizing what so-called replacement theory, basically backing up that theory that there is a replacement going on of white people. And then he continues to go on about how much better they're going to make this country when the proof just is not there. The proof isn't there. The only people that make good countries is us, motherfucker. That's why y'all are here. That's just the bottom line. That's the bottom line. But nobody brings attention to this black people getting firebombed in 2015.
Yep.
Like this is the 50s in Birmingham, Alabama. This is a housing project in Los Angeles.
Okay, here's the thing, and this is why I agree with them. Everything they said they're gonna do, I agree with. You know why?
Why?
Because men can beat girls. So patriarchy always be the matriarchy. Once upon a time, there was a guy named Captain Cook, right?
Yeah.
Captain Cook was from Britain, but he was navigating the world, doing the like what they call it, charting it, graphing it, so people know what stuff is.
Yeah. A cartographer.
Huh?
A cartographer.
Yeah.
Map maker.
Yeah. Photographer. Or he had one with him, one or the other. But anyway, so first he ran up on Australia, took that shit over, gave it to the Queen. Then he found some small islands. He named them after himself, Cook Islands. Then he slid up to the Philippines. Then he slid up to Hawaii. Here's on his own log. I did a video on this too. It's on my channel. On his own logs, all he said is, we slid through them spots. All the girls ran ashore to give us some pussy, and all the dudes ran ashore to see if we can get paid for the pussy they get. Answer phone. So they said, man, if they so easily giving up this trend, if they can't secure their women, we could take over their nation. And the men were with it because the men were egalitarian. Like, whatever the women want to do, I'm cool with it. That exact same story is the American story, right? Now, the whole thing about America and Canada too is on their money, they used to have, on their minted money, they used to have the black woman, they called her native, but they had the black woman who was their quote unquote hero that set up all the men for their shit to get conquered. Whether it was Pocahontas in America or whatever the chick name was in Canada. They was on the money, right? To this day, and this was the beginning of my fuck these Keishas crusade, right? To this day, when it comes down to basic education and basic housing, basic fairness for heterosexual 20 men, right? It's the black women that stopped it. It's the black women that stopped Obama from doing the Big Brother program. It's the black women who stole that $200 million that the Urban League had for to rebuild communities after the crash of 2008. It's black women who said, man, I want you to come in here and help us do a curriculum for our schools. And I said, man, y'all got a poor curriculum for black boys. We need to do something different. They was like, no, we're not doing nothing different. Fuck them boys. Basically, they didn't say that, but they said that. It's all our kids because it got to include girls and everything because they really don't give a shit about the boys.
Right.
When they started shutting down, they shut down 49 schools in Chicago, 49 public schools. Out those 49 public schools, they offered 37 charter schools. It was the black women that was like, nah, we don't want no charter schools. We want to be public school teachers. We in a union. And then they lost the schools anyway, and then they got laid off because now it's not enough schools to hire you because they cut their nose to spite their face. Meanwhile, the Mexicans started their own education system called UNO. They whole niche was, we just going to do what they call it. It's bilingual, but they call it ESL.
Second language, yeah.
ESL schools taking over, getting the same funding, took that charter deal, got the same funding, steady growing and advancing and building the schools. I remember in 2011 when they had double wide trailers teaching kids in the parking lot of other public schools. Now these motherfuckers got structures. It's a school behind a school, like a whole full school. And they just moving because everything that it takes for a man to be all right, blacks don't want to be all right because blacks don't want to hurt a bitch feelings.
Damn, son. Jeez,
wowzers.
Yeah, man. Man, Dirty Dale cooking tonight.
Company, Adam could fire me and AD tomorrow. Yeah. And we out this motherfucker. So my thing was when, and this is the only thing I have an issue when shit gets brought up. You sometimes
that big nigga sound like Tattoo off Fetish. The bus, they played.
Racist. The videos definitely, it was definitely edited. But when the perspective is being pushed that we're sitting here and editing these videos to try to bring you down. No.
Hey, a perspective like some stocks. You trade stocks and bonds.
I thought when we had that type of conversation, I was like, he did his shit. When the whole Tiger thing happened, me and Bozo had a conversation and we fucking sat down and interviewed about him and I let him speak his mind. But when the narrative is being pushed that we're trying to bring down, especially me as another brown man, bro, you feel me? Like, that's not the narrative.
Yeah, but see,
he must not be Mexican.
He Mexican. He just second or third generation.
Big Boy must not be Mexican. He must be like Puerto Rican. I'm getting Puerto Rican vibes off Big Boy though.
No, he's Mexican. He's Mexican.
Mexican.
Oh, okay.
Get it? We're a company, and then even when when the foods were getting split on, whatever, AD got a lot of heat for that. Why are you letting shit like that happen? So it's the same thing, but it just when it's not yours, that's something that's what things that come with the territory.
Bro, I ain't gonna lie. I didn't stop the gang of bullshit. Okay, I mean, wait, go ahead, Bozo. Say
I want to say something.
Hey, so look how all that caping and laughing and giggling that the black man doing, right? But you got this motherfucker like he's just the man out the whole situation.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Like he comes in as the authoritative figure of this whole thing. This is the street dude.
Right.
This shit is crazy. This shit is insane to me.
Yeah, and like
Adam 22 for holding his nuts on their stupid ass at the end too. Because he held his nuts on them.
Yeah, because AD, I mean, he didn't even have to be there. What was the point of him even being there is my question. I'm not saying he had to go on there and rah, but what the fuck did he do? Nothing. He should have been gone too. It should have been them 3 Mexicans sitting there saying that bullshit. They're saying it in that undertone. Again, listen to the undertone, how they talking to AD. They talking to him like a little nigga boy.
Oh yeah. You just here to promote the message. Right. Now, if somebody paints you as a racist and you're not a racist, and then you get a big platform like No Jumper, which is like 2.5 million followers. You know what I'm saying? Damn, I'm getting seasick over here. Oh, god damn, son.
Y'all ain't never seen me without a hat on. I forget.
I thought you had old George Jefferson cul-de-sac at first, man.
Everybody thought I was bald. That's crazy.
I'm surprised.
And see. I'm on the example. Look at Dirty Folks.
Hey, my niggas say, "Goddamn it, man! I got pretty eyes and wavy hair. I look Dominican."
I ain't say no pretty eyes.
Look at Dirty Folks, and this is no homo, but look at him. This is what, and all 3 of us on here. But this is what American Indian looks like. But people that are stupid, that don't know fucking history, don't know anthropology, and don't know what the fuck's going on, they're gonna say, "Okay, I just see dark skin." And like I told y'all, our melanin or our brown skin hits different in the sun than Africans. We turn copper, them Africans turn blue in the sun.
Damn.
There's different phenotypes, bro. The noses are bigger, the lips are wider. There's a show. It's called damn. I'm remembering. I'm a text to y'all. Anyway, it's a parody show of a South African news. It's funny though. It's funny. I learned 2 things. Number one, I thought they were ugly, and then I had to check myself and say, no, they look culturally like South Africans. They're supposed to have humongous lips, wide noses. That's their phenotype.
Right.
And the second thing that I noticed was, number one, it's in English. It's not in Afrikaans. So that's 2. That English is taking over Latin as the dominant language. And number 3, most of it was about American culture, which is the reason Americans don't know shit about nobody else, but everybody know about Americans.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, damn, what's the name of it? It's a good show too. Anyway, so with all that being said, bro, you're right. This is what indigenous looks like. But here's the thing. Fuck that shit, because the indigenous were what we are now, and that's egalitarian. Our women are globalists. The men are egalitarian, right? For the fact that yellow boy said he brown, I don't give a fuck about that. I ain't agree with that shit. When Jesse Jackson in Chicago did that speech in Chicago in the 1980s, talking about the black and brown coalition, while I'm in Chicago getting chased by Mexicans.
Damn.
Hey man, let's finish listening to Paul Wall, man.
That's a pit bull.
And with that being said,
right.
I abide by the laws of the streets because, that's my environment.
But with those environments come rules and stipulations, regulations. There's lines that are drawn. Me and AD have a friendship from before fucking I even had a buzz or anything through a mutual homie that's Mexican that knew AD way before I did.
Yeah.
So you know, I say that to say this. Like, Adam is very fortunate to have you here, because if it wasn't for you, my dog, I don't think that we would even tolerate like an apology.
Straight up.
For one, this is our.
Do you hear this? And this nigga's amen in this shit.
Right.
Tolerate an apology.
Right.
Okay.
Tolerate an apology. Do you hear that?
Okay, here's what I know. Because I've been riding the passenger seat with money niggas for a long time. When I had a couple dollars in the driver's seat, that's all how niggas treated me, right? I'm looking at this dude, and that presidential rollie is looking real nice, man. That's 12,000 used. I see it. You know what I'm saying? What ends up happening is whatever he did to get that rollie, I don't care about the chains. That shit probably fake. Whatever he did to get that rollie, that he bought store-bought though, because it's sagging. Rollies ain't supposed to sag. But
now you supposed to get a link pull up at that shit.
Exactly. But you know, I ain't judging because it's a rollie, right? Whatever he did to get that rollie, that gave him the confidence to be the HNIC when he walks in the room. I understand presence when you walk in the room. I understand it. He is sunning everybody.
Yeah, he the gangster.
And I think this is absolutely hilarious to me, because there's no way that I would allow that shit.
This nigga said we wouldn't tolerate an apology.
But he said to the black guy. That's what made it hilarious.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So and the black guy's a co-sign?
No, sir. No.
Right.
Oh, Lord.
Right.
Oh, Lord. You know what I'm saying on West Side? You Mexican, the other dude Mexican, but the black dude, the co-sign,
right?
He ain't on shit. He just talking tough. Nigga, I would be laughing the whole time, bro. Because I ain't got it, bro.
It was striking me funny, man, because it just shows all it does is strengthen the stereotypes, because we're talking about business people in a business setting. YouTube is a business. So to even bring a street dude in there and start talking about streets, it just shows that it's amateur night right now, man. And y'all ain't gonna do nothing but get locked up and deported and shit.
And they ain't gonna do shit. His whole thing ain't gonna do shit. This is rapper beef.
Man, we got Matriarch in the building. Matriarch, what's happening with you? Shout out to you. I don't know what was up with the rainbow doll. I had to give you a little quick flash though. Maybe it's the rainbow after the flood, the promise God made us. You know what I'm saying? But check it out. Let's keep going. This nigga said tolerate an apology.
Bro, what the fuck?
And the Valle, where the homies are really strong. The homies that are from this area carry themselves with a lot of pride, man. You know what I'm saying? And this city, this whole AD way before I did.
Yeah.
So you know, I say that to say this. Like, Adam is very fortunate to have you here, because if it wasn't for you, my dog, I don't think that we would even tolerate like an apology.
Straight up.
For one, this is our backyard where we're at. This is the San Fernando Valle, where the homies are really strong. The homies that are from this area carry themselves with a lot of pride, man. You know what I'm saying? And this city, this whole valley that we're speaking in is to be respected. Not only on the brown side, but also the black side of the community. You feel what I'm saying? But it's true, bro. Like I told you on the phone, you're under the umbrella, no jumper. So, you know, people are going to hold you accountable whether you like it or not, because you're vouching for somebody when you wave this flag. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, most definitely.
I didn't write on this wall for a reason when I came here as a guest. You feel me? Because I represent something else, dog. You feel me? And it's not music. But what I'm trying to get at is this, bro. Like, look, at the end of the day, where we're at right now, right? And what we can't, and I'm gonna speak to Adam right now. Honestly, I don't know you, Adam, but since AD speaks well of you, I'm gonna give you the benefit of the doubt. But I'm gonna be honest with you also and tell you what you look like. You look like the white man that they talk to us as kids coming up. You look like the white man sitting at the top and using minorities against each other. And like the homies.
Now, Adam 22 had nothing to do with the one to the left, Gil, the American Cholo, saying anything he said. Adam 22 wasn't engaging them in conversation. Gil went off and said what Gil wanted to say about black folks. What Gil didn't understand is that black folks got power. You in our fucking country.
Right.
That's one thing you don't realize, bro. You in our fucking country. For you to come to our country and say that Mexicans should boycott reparations for black folks in California or in America, to say that as a taxpayer, and I heard him say this out of his own mouth, these are things that weren't taken out of context. These are things that weren't edited. To say as a taxpayer, you don't want to pay more taxes when your fucking ass went to prison as a fucking illegal immigrant. You went to prison for 6 years, 9 years, something like that. We didn't want to pay for you.
Right. Yeah, this was the shit Michael been buying.
We should have sent you back home. So what's that going on in the background?
Little young boy.
Dang, I'm good here.
Here's my problem with this whole thing. I had to put my hat back on and feel like a game banger. Check this out. Number one, I don't give a fuck about no San Fernando Valley, where the fuck you from. If that black boy would have stood on this square, nigga, he had the Crips and the Bloods behind him. The Mexicans don't want that smoke.
They don't want that smoke out there.
Second of all, whatever beef they have is rap beef. Rap is a black American culture. So y'all culture vultures and you trying to hold that. That's that egalitarian shit to make a motherfucker feel too comfortable in your crib. When you come in my crib, take your shoes off at the door. If you don't take them off at the door, don't come in my house.
Look, man, we've always invited Mexicans in.
We have.
Be Real from Cypress Hill, South Park Mexican from Houston, Kid Frost. All these different, the Booyah tribe weren't Mexican. They were Samoan dudes. We've always invited other people in, man. You know what I'm saying? So we grew up listening to Mexican artists.
But that's not even it. Because before 1963, Mexicans wanted to be declared legally white when Italians got declared legally white.
Yes.
Yeah.
They didn't decide to play both sides until after 1963 with the Equal Opportunity Act because they wanted to take your jobs. The fact that black men have no pride in being men, but they have all type of pride in being black. I don't play them crayon games, dog. I'm a man before I'm anything.
Right.
And that's why AD, like, again, you got to know your history. And if you ain't got nothing credible to say or nothing to add on it, like I said, what was the point of him being on here?
Yeah, especially saying that you talking as a black man and not yourself. You should have just did that for yourself, my G.
Because notice he didn't really address that. He didn't address the comments made in the video, not the one that was altered or whatever, manipulated, but the comments about that one thing and then about the reparations thing. But he doesn't have the articulation or the history or the historical value to even go there. All he knows is I'm in California or Southern California, and I feel like this and that. You know what it is with him? It might be him this too. He might have a thing for Latino women, and some of them look good. Okay, I'm gonna admit that some look good and great.
That's
but
not it though, bro.
You don't think that's it?
No.
What do you think it is?
Have you ever talked to a nigga from the West Coast?
Yeah, I got cousins from there, yeah.
Bro, the motherfuckers is laid back. They damn near hippie. They like, you know how people like blonde and they always talk about California blonde chicks?
Yeah.
These niggas is the blondes of black people. They don't know shit. They just easy going. They don't want no problems.
But my cousins ain't like that. They from Sacramento, Pomona, and all that kind of stuff. So they ain't this kind of shit they jumping off on and saying all this subliminal shit these two Mexicans are saying to them. They wouldn't be on this kind of shit.
Bro, I've been to Pomona. I've never been to Sacramento. I've been to Pomona. Real niggas. Inglewood, San Bernardino, West Covina. Real cats. Did rap niggas though?
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Yeah. That's yeah.
Because now we're talking about we're talking Tyler the Creator type of niggas.
But he from Compton, he should know. Like AD knows. He even says like, okay, we grew up in, we had issues and all this kind of stuff. And I'm like, he's not even addressing these issues really. He's just like, okay,
let me ask you a question. Do you think that there's any hoe in me?
There's hoe in every nigga.
There's only two people that I give a pass to, and both of my parents. With that being said, Kanye grew up less than a mile away from me. Well, about a mile away from me. Kanye is a backpacker. Kanye knows gangsters. I'm gonna give you a better example. Kanye's ghostwriter was Rhymefest.
Okay, yeah, I know who he is. Yeah.
Ryan Fest my nigga. Well, he was my nigga. We fell out, but he was my nigga, right? We fell out, then I started making diss tracks to him and shit. So, but we fell out over what I thought was a real reason. What I thought was real, but it's not as big as I make the Steve Harvey shit. Cause fuck Steve Harvey. But at least at one point in time I had a level. Me and Ryan Fest fell out because I asked Ryan Fest to write like a, you know, when I started writing books, I asked him to give me a shout out on the back. You know what I'm saying? You know how like it's usually other authors, like he's a great author. Like I was like, yo, I just want to do a hip hop shit. Ryan Fest, co-sign my book. I asked Ryan Fest. I asked I'm about to get to my point though. I asked Ryan Fest. I asked Malik Youssef. I asked D-Ray. I asked Twister. I asked all these niggas that I knew because we all grew up in the 90s. Like they big now.
I fuck with Twister. Twister, I see him online too. Twister, yeah, hey, you got you're a good shot too, by the way. He I got like his firearm channel too. Yeah.
I'm trying so hard to like Twister, bro. Me and Twister been at war for 30 years. 30 years me and this nigga been about to fight in the streets for 30 years.
You from the west side?
No. I'm from the south side, but I caught that nigga out west at a Wendy's and cussed his ass out in the Wendy's parking lot. And here's the thing, y'all think Twister is strong. It was Twister, Do or Die, Psychodrama, Crucial Conflict, and that's it. So it was like 12 of them out there though, because it's 3 groups plus Twister.
Yeah.
And Twister said Twister's road manager, not his manager, his road manager is Mark. And Mark is my cousin's baby daddy. And Mark owed me a favor, and I had just looked out for Mark, and then Mark wouldn't answer my phone calls. And on some random shit, I was fucking with a girl out west, and I told Shorty, like, look, I'm finna go to Wendy's, grab us something to eat. And all these motherfuckers in the Wendy's parking lot smoking weed. And I hopped out the car, nigga. I hopped out the driver like car seat. This ain't my side of town, nigga. I hopped out like, nigga, fuck you. But I'm talking to Mark. Nigga, you blew off my car, motherfucker. Woo, woo. And Twister said something else like, nigga, ain't nobody even talking to your fat ass, nigga. You shut the fuck up. And everybody started laughing. And this is what I didn't know. And this is why I say social media is great for fake niggas, but it's bad for real niggas. Because what I didn't know at that time, even though I was way on the west side, and I was so heated that I didn't realize, like, I don't know nobody out here. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I went so hard on Twister because me and Twister fell out because I was supposed to be on Adrenaline Rush.
Great album.
It was a great album.
Great album.
It's such a fat bitch. I just can't. But I love the album though. And Traxler be acting funny too. Traxler, the nigga that produced the album. And Traxler used to act funny too, like he ain't know who the fuck I was. So he saw me walking with a bad bitch on Michigan Avenue, and he was like, "Oh, what's good?" I'm like, "Nigga, oh, now you know my name, nigga." Anyway.
Yeah, you got any albums on YouTube or Spotify, anything like that?
Nah, you know what? Here's the thing. I wasn't even really serious about music. I was just talented. So what ended up happening was, because when am I getting money in the 90s off music?
Nah, it wasn't making niggas wasn't getting no money. It was
hard.
It
was money in the streets. You know what I'm saying? So, but what ended up happening was in 2004, I ended up getting arrested. I ain't go to the penitentiary or nothing, but I'm in the county jail. And I was in the county jail when Kanye got his BET award for Jesus Walks, 2004.
Right.
And Kanye gave a shout out to Rhyme Fest and brought Rhyme Fest on the stage, like, yo, because Rhyme Fest wrote the song. Kanye just performed it. And I remember being in Division 2 at Cook County Jail. And I was like, fuck this shit. I'm gonna go back to my bunk. And somebody gave me a XXL magazine. And it was like a Chicago edition. So it was Shauna. Me and Shauna used to fuck. Shauna, that's what Ludacris lick.
Yeah, I knew you talking about, yeah.
Man, Dirty giving us the dirty.
Before she made it though. But Shauna was still a bum. She used to be a bum, bro. When I met this bitch, bro, she was wearing boy clothes, nigga, like pants too big, had some fucking Delta Force, not the Air Force Ones, nigga. Delta Forces, they was curled up in the front. Like Shauna was a bum bitch. But when she got naked, I'm like, God damn, you thick. You know what I'm saying? So it was Shauna, Twister, Rhyme Fest, Kanye, Common. It was like the Mole Men. The Mole Men got so much money. Y'all don't know. The Mole Men are Mexican. But the Mole Men used to make beats. The Mole Men's claim to fame in America is they the ones that did Rhymefest and Kanye's demo tapes.
Okay.
But I heard the Mole Men do a remix for Madonna that only played in Britain. Like me and the Mole Men used to be cool. Like they did my first demo tape. We was jam. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
put that music out there, man.
Bro, and then it was Windy Day, and then this is XXL magazine. The executive editor of XXL magazine was a guy named Billy Wamstadt. His nickname is Upski. Here's the funny thing: Upski is from Chicago. I was on the phone with Upski when Upski was like, "Yo, I'm about to catch the train to New York and get a job at the Source." But he didn't. He ended up at XXL. But when he said catch the train, he meant he was about to, like a hobo, like get on the freights and ride the freight train. He ain't had no bread. And that's next thing you know, he the executive editor of this edition. And I'm like, yo, I know everybody in this magazine, and I'm in jail. I need to do something different. So I ended up writing a book. And then I went to all my friends who I knew, was like, yo, sign the back of my book to give me street cred.
Right.
And nobody did it, but everybody gave me a reason not to accept Rhymefest. So that's how me and Rhymefest ended up getting it. We was into it for like 3 or 4 years, but then I got over the shit, right?
Right.
So like D-Ray told me, D-Ray was in Cali at the time, but this is before Snowfall, before the Game Channel Network, before all this shit. Like D-Ray was still struggling. He was like, man, Oak, you one of the guys, fly me to Chicago. Give me a round trip from Chicago. I'll do a commercial for your book. He's like, I'm not going to read it, so I'm not going to give you a review because I ain't going to read. I don't read. He said, but fly me to Chicago. We could do a promo video, then fly me back home. He's like, I stay on my grandma's couch. Nigga, you ain't got to give me no room. And at the time, we was playing with credit cards, so it's free to me. I'm like, shit, I got you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, these are the niggas I grew up with. Like, they huge stars now. But these niggas I grew up with, that's why I be so frustrated. Like, I'm supposed to go national in 2011. Like, y'all niggas shouldn't know me. You know what I'm saying?
Frustrated, man. You right where you supposed to be.
Man, that's a story. But in either case, or whatever case, my point was
I had to roll out. Shout out to you, fam.
My point to that was this, bro. My point to that was this. So Kanye and Rhymefest, while we were still beefing, I ain't had no beef with Kanye. I ain't know Kanye. I just knew Rhymefest. But my niggas knew Kanye. And it was like, yo, Kanye a bitch nigga. But I still like his music, right? Anyway, but I don't know Kanye. I don't have no personal beef.
Right.
But all my niggas know him because we stay in the same hood. But anyway, long story short, them niggas on Celebrity Poker on ESPN. Hat just like my hat is right now. These niggas do not gangbang, bro. I'm from Chicago. I'm in Chicago. These niggas was never in a gang. These niggas became millionaires again, enjoying the game.
Wow.
Same thing with like Chris Brown, how they bloods now. Like these niggas was not in the game, bro. And all these niggas grew up around all Blackstones. That's the craziest shit because they all claiming GD and they grew up on all Blackstone blocks. It's the funniest shit ever. But this is branded. So this, I say all that to say, this Mexican motherfucker that's talking all that, man, we got Mexican pride. He probably in the game, and that's fine.
Oh yeah, he absolutely in the game.
But I guarantee you, his gang ain't the strongest of Crips and the Bloods because ain't nobody heard about what MS-13s. Name another Mexican gang besides MS-13s.
And they not even Mexican. That's El Salvadorian. From El Salvador.
Bro, he ain't talking about shit. But you can say that shit to a coward because cowards don't know shit.
Right. Like MA is the Mexican mafia. But yeah.
I said I don't think you've ever had anybody bleed to death in your arms. I don't think that you ever had to answer to a 5-year-old child when their daddy just died down the block. I don't think that you ever been to a funeral where mothers are crying over burying their sons and their daughters. But if you want to go, I'm gonna take you this year so that you can see the relevance of what I'm telling you. And I'm not a dummy neither. So I know that Poetic Flacco, somebody that's not from this land, somebody that's not from this world, has been given free rein to post whatever he wants for some reason.
Now, and I'm not going to play the whole thing, but that's important that he recognizes that the African Flacco isn't from there. You see, he brought that up. But what you got to understand, too, is that we are from this land. which means we deserve a little bit more respect. He's trying to group all black people or black looking people in together. But you know for a fact there's a group of black people that aren't from here, and there's a group of black people that are from here. This shit was totally disingenuous, man. I'm gonna let Gil talk.
And I'm gonna tell you something, bro. Like Poetic Flacco, you lost your pass too, my dog. I don't know who hired you here. I don't know who told you that it's okay for you to do that shit, but we abide by the laws of the street, my dog. So all that shit you doing is not gonna be tolerated. This ain't Chicago. This ain't New York. You are not.
Wait, what?
You're not gonna do to our streets what academics did to other communities, because we're smarter than them, my dog. You feel me? And these bonds that we have are real. You know what I'm saying? And ain't no individual gonna manipulate that. And that's why we're here. We're here with respect, diligence. We're here with class to just show and demonstrate. Like,
hey, yo, pause it real quick, Mike, because I'm offended. He said this ain't Chicago. You ain't gonna do what academics did to Chicago. I'm offended.
Yeah.
Let me tell you why I'm offended. Academics talks about the beef between O-Block and Tuckerville. Everybody know what O-Block is. Nobody know who Tuckerville is because the niggas on O-Block keep killing the FBG ducks and all that shit before they blow up and yell Tuckerville.
Right.
Here's the problem with that scenario. Number one, academics never came to Chicago. That nigga stays where the fuck he at. He ain't never came to Chicago. He just makes videos.
Right.
Number two, the reason Chicago don't go hard on him is because what people there's a map. It's a fake map, but it's a map of how people see Chicago, right? So like people that's not from Chicago think the whole state of Illinois is in Chicago, but Chicago is just a northeast corner, right?
Right.
Then there's another map that thinks that says people think that the whole city of Chicago is O-Block. O-Block is 2 blocks long, bro. 65th and King Drive to 63rd and Martin Luther King Drive. It's Martin Luther King Drive. No matter where you are in America, it's Martin Luther King Drive.
Right.
It's 2 blocks. 2 blocks long. Tuckerville is 63rd and King Drive to 63rd and whatever fuck 2 blocks past King Drive is. That's a 2 block area. This is a neighborhood beef with niggas that got record deals. But it's 2 blocks apart.
Right.
Chicago don't give a fuck. Nigga, I'm from Chicago. I don't go. Look, before it was called O-Block, and it's only called O-Block because some dude named Odie got killed, so they call it O-Block. But it was Parkway Gardens, which is a housing project. Nigga, I have never gone to Parkway Gardens. You know why? Because Parkway Gardens is a place that motherfuckers tell you, yo, don't go there, man. All these fucking niggas. It's the projects. Don't nobody not from the projects go to the projects.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's a false equivalence. Like, motherfucker, like academics is treating Chicago and Chicago some bitches. Nigga, it's 1 block that nobody goes on except the niggas that live on that block. Or 2 blocks.
Right.
But nobody goes there.
Antoine Mack said 18th Street, Azusa 13, the Aztecas. I could keep going. Big Mike, I agree with what you're saying, but the Mexican gangs in LA are deeper than most people outside of LA know. I can see that, but the black gangs are deep in Los Angeles. The black gangs are deep, but what happens, I'm gonna be honest, a lot of them may have turned soft though.
Hold on, here's the thing. Hold on, Antoine, let me explain something to you, bro. As a dude that's from the second biggest Mexican occupied city, right? I'm in Chicago. We got Latin Kings, Satan Disciples, MS-13s, Ambrose. We got all those gangs, right? The white boys also join Ambrose for some reason, and we got Saxon Knights. Okay, cool. I guarantee you there's more GDs, BDs, Vice Lords, Blackstones in this motherfucker. They have areas, 26th Street, 31st Street, Belmont Avenue. Yeah, they deep where they at, but that's where they at. We way deeper, and we willing to take way more risks than Mexicans. Mexicans will stop chasing you if you make it to Western Avenue, because they know on the other side of Western, them niggas gonna bust back. Do not be, look, bro. And I understand what you're saying, Antoine. I'm not saying that what you're saying is wrong. They could be deep, but they not as deep as niggas with no daddies that's looking for a father figure and got a pistol.
I mean, look, it's no doubt in my mind that they're tough, which is why they could come on a platform of this size and talk like this. But my thing is this. It's very bitchified to sit back and talk crazy, and then you want to come and threaten the people that actually put the video out. It doesn't matter if the video was edited or not, because even just what you're saying out of your unedited mouth is so entirely racist that we know that that shit comes from a place of vitriol and hatred in your heart for black people. This is easily shown, and he showed it on Star the other night. And I know he's trying to get his buddy to help him, get the image back right. But you can't start talking about killing people and blood running through the streets because you got exposed. And because
think about that bitch ass nigga, I got an easier test than that. When people come into a city and got to quote unquote check in, who the fuck check in with Mexicans? Nobody.
All right, they come check in with the Crips and the Blood.
Exactly. When they come to Chicago, they check in with the Blackstones and the GDs.
Right.
I ain't never heard a motherfucker check in with a Mexican. So what the fuck is they talking about?
Right.
Am I lying, G?
Like who left the border door
open? Because we are not by any stretch of imagination trying to take it there, fool.
Yeah.
It's not our agenda. Our agenda is to for one, like, preach intelligence in the streets, dog. You know what I'm saying? Is to preach purpose into these streets. Like, it's very easy for me to jump on social media and stir a gang of shit up. A few hours, I can have more than a few hundred homies here ready for it all. You feel what I'm saying? But we not doing that. Why? Because we're not trying to lock our homies up. We're not trying to bury more homies. Like, we really do love our people. We don't just say it, we demonstrate it with the acts that we're coming with.
Sure.
So the things that we're asking you, we're not really asking, dog. Honestly, it's more of a demand. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm younger than him, but I respect the elders, unlike other people. You feel what I'm saying? And I think that these rules of integrity and these lines have to be drawn, bro, straight up. And if people ain't gonna respect the lands of the law, then the land is gonna have to do what we do. You feel what I'm saying? And we appreciate the platform,
For real. I'll tell you, y'all may have blocks of land and pieces of land, but never get it confused thinking you are the land. You left your land. Your family left your land. Let's just keep it a buck. Not trying to be disrespectful to people that come, because most Mexican people that come here are hardworking people. I sound like the racist white dude, but I got Mexican friends. I fuck with Mexican dudes too on the business tip. So this has nothing to do with all of anybody. But never ever think that this is your land, that you're of this land. You're not.
You know what?
Just like I'm not of your land.
I'm gonna take it a step further than that. And once again, like you just said, like Mexicans and El Salvadorians have tried to plug me in ways. It's always criminal though. They never ask me no legit.
They never ask you no legit shit. They want you to do some dumb shit.
But
fall for them. That's the only time they've actually asked me to go into business with them on some stupid shit.
Dumb shit, right?
Yeah.
Can you move 4 kilos in a day? Like, nigga, what? I don't even sell drugs. But you're cool though. You look popular. Like, anyway. But with all that said, right? Here's my thing. Mexicans aren't good at administration. If they were, they would stay in their country, right?
Right.
For all the people that's talking about we from the tribes of Judah, which is bullshit. If you believe you're indigenous to this nation, you're not from the tribe of Judah, but whatever. The tribes of Judah are horrible administrators. That's why Africa keeps getting colonized and you have to get loans from France and China. America was the hardest nation, or if you want to call it yes, North America is North America is its own continent. It's the hardest continent to conquer. We got conquered 120 years after South America. 120 years after. They couldn't take North America. The natives here wasn't going. It took a black bitch or a native bitch, whatever you want to call it, to set niggas up for failure. And it also took a famine. That's where we get Thanksgiving from. Thanksgiving was a famine. And they gave thanks because a native. Here's what's so crazy. This is the story of Thanksgiving, because I know niggas don't know shit because they don't read books. Here's the story about Thanksgiving. There was a native man, a tawny man, native man, who got sent into indentured servitude because there was no slavery. Everything was 7 years of work and then you dip out.
Right.
He got caught into indentured servitude and sent to Britain. Then he came back to America and got caught up again for indentured servitude, went back to Britain, stole a boat. Well, he didn't steal a boat. He didn't steal a boat. He what you call it? Stowaway.
Stowaway on the boat, yeah.
Stowaway on the boat.
Yeah.
Came back a year later because fuck them 7 years. He already did 7 years in Britain. Came back a year later as a stowaway. When he came back, he went back to the village he came from, and everybody was dead because
everybody was gone. I remember hearing that. Yeah,
some plague or disease or something. And the white people were starving, and he was by himself. And he was the only one who knew how to eat off the land because that's his place of birth. So he taught the white people how to eat, not because he gave a fuck about white people, but because he had to eat, and he was by himself. It was no way in the.
I remember this story. Let me find that name though. I know who you're talking about.
You feel what I'm saying? You know I ain't talking no bullshit, Mike.
What was it? Squanto.
Yep.
Squanto.
Motherfucker, look at you. You know how to read. Squanto.
I didn't even. It just came to my mind. I hadn't even got it out yet, but I do remember that from Thanksgiving. Squanto.
Squanto needed help to cultivate the land and get something to eat, so he don't die. So the white people was a byproduct of he didn't want to die.
Right.
And that's where you get Thanksgiving from. The whole manifest destiny and get conquering, that was a bitch. That was Pocahontas.
Right.
But Thanksgiving was because of the black dude who didn't want to die and his whole village was dead because of some pandemic at that time. That probably came from white people because white people carry disease. And they didn't have the antibiotics for it.
Let me see what the name of that tribe was.
I would like to know that. I never knew the name of the tribe. What's the name of the tribe?
The Pawtuxet.
All right.
The Pawtuxet tribe.
So America was never really conquered. We never got conquered. We got colonized. Totally different.
Right.
When you conquer somebody, you kill all the men and you fuck all the women and that's that's conquering. America got colonized. They never killed the men. What they did was made treaties with the men. Even if you look at American history will tell you that white people never fought the Native Americans. They just played each tribe against each other. These motherfuckers really didn't do shit. North America had never been conquered. We've been colonized, never been conquered. And the reason they've been conquered is the way that they were organized. This is why there was always Native Americans on your money, because they revere you, my G's. They really love you. It's the bitches that hate you. It's the Pocahontas and Elizabeth Scott Keys and the motherfucking Madam C.J. Walkers that hate you. Men respect the fuck out of you. You just don't want to be a man.
Damn.
We appreciate the opportunities, but we don't appreciate the disrespect.
I like it.
And it won't be tolerated.
Straight up.
And then, bro, even with that, and I understood more about shit getting taken out of context, because just like you said, bro, you feel me? We having a roast battle. I'm talking to a black guy. I say sewer rat. You feel me?
Yeah.
And then a nigga go online and make a whole thing talking about
even that
AD dissing,
but let's talk about that real quick.
Serenos. You feel me?
Because I think that, and I think it's important, right, to address the black community in this segment that we're having, because a lot of people don't understand the context that he was saying it in.
Real shit.
And a lot of people aren't going to take the time to go look into it, because guess what? A lot of people want to be mad, dog.
No, dog. Ain't nobody got to take no time into looking into a Mexican saying nigga. That's nothing we have to look into. it's very condescending. This whole exchange, man, is very condescending. If y'all get a chance, watch it on No Jumper, man. If y'all care about it, what I'm saying is,
Exactly.
we're trending. Is there somebody in the back, Dirty?
Nah. Oh yeah, I got people in the back of my mind. I'm gonna hit mute.
What I'm saying is this. I think that y'all go look at this. I can't even play the whole thing. It's about an hour long. But I want people to understand who we're dealing with in this country when it comes to resources, when it comes to things that we fought for. The original man of this country has fought in every single war that's taken place on this land. And we deserve way more respect than what we're getting currently. And I think that's something worth sacrificing for. And I'll leave it at that. Man, you got any last words, man? I'm going to go and wrap it up tonight, Dirty. This thing is long. Y'all go check it out on No Jumper, man, and actually go to the Star Report and check out the one hit he did about Tiger. It was a couple of weeks. Let me find the exact date he did that. And I like Star. I'll plug him. Let me find that.
All right, I'm gonna give my final word.
Yeah, go ahead.
So I was supposed to. So actually, I got a stream. I'm going live in 5 minutes, man. I pushed it back from that. It's 10:30 y'all time, but 9:30 my time.
Okay.
To 9:45, man. It's about Sugar Daddy University. So y'all come through and slide through, man. I'm gonna show y'all how they weaponizing your toddlers against you, because only men can love. Women only reflect, project, or weaponize men's love. There's an entire university to show women how to weaponize your love to get your shit. Wow. So I'm about to go live in 5 minutes, and I'm about to go ahead and explain all this shit to y'all. And at the same time, yo, pass for the crown. At the same time, I got guys over my crib, and we getting drunk because. Why not? Because yeah. So yeah, but to matter of fact, hold on. I'm gonna put the link in the description.
Put the link in your description, man. In the chat, not throw it in the description.
No, I put it up in it. Hold on.
Okay.
What's the name of this? What the fuck I just say?
Look, we could go on forever with this American Cholo dude, man. You can tell he's a little humble right now. Because he's realizing that it's real, bro. You might have to go back to subcontracting or whatever you were doing if you get canceled off this internet shit, man. Niggas ain't trying to hear that.
Here's the thing, bro. If I could only get men, Tony and swarthy men, to understand they man before they black, I promise to God, man, we could change this whole dynamic around in 7 years.
Oh yeah.
7 years of life. Like, niggas been marching 70 years because y'all was taught to hate the smart kids, so you can't follow a 7-year plan.
It's gonna happen. I want to show y'all this too, man. This is an old picture, man, from the early 1900s. And look at this, what we got going on. It's called School Begins. But you got Cuba, you got Puerto Rico, you got Hawaii, and you got the Philippines. Right here, you got the red man, supposed red man. You got the black man, supposed black man, right here. But look at how they viewed everybody. All these are black people. These are all colored people. You know what I'm saying? Like y'all ain't no different.
Y'all you know what's crazy about that? That's how accurate that picture was. And that's why I listen to that Trials of Judah, take your shit off and run in the forest ass niggas. Let me tell you something, bro. And I'm gonna say this on the outro. In the early 1900s, they used to have what they call civilized schools, where they taught the Native Americans and the blacks their place. So what they did is they split the Native Americans apart, the light-skinned natives and the dark-skinned natives. And they called the dark-skinned ones black, and they let the light-skinned ones have those territories out there in them states that they didn't want, like Nebraska, Montana, Arizona, where there was no water, right?
Right.
And they would teach the other ethnic groups to be better than the darker ethnic groups, only because chattel slavery is easier if you could just recognize a person as a slave by color.
right,
instead of by social class. And what ended up happening with all that shit was that it looked exactly like that picture that you just showed, bro. That they're trying to civilize the savage.
Yeah, I'll show it again. Yeah. School begins.
Puerto Rico, Hawaii. What's that first one, bro?
Philippines.
Hey, didn't I just tell y'all the story about the Philippines and Hawaii, how they took them motherfuckers over on pussy?
Yeah.
I just told y'all that story.
Yeah.
They probably did the same thing to Cuba and Puerto Rico. I don't know. I don't know that, but I know that. I know the Captain Cook story.
But notice they got everybody reading, right? Except for the Negro.
And to this day,
the Negro washing the windows. Yeah. I got a question for some of these people. If they redid that picture today, how do you think you would look and where would you be?
You'll look exactly the same, but your clothes will be different.
Yeah, I just want to ask those groups, man, what do y'all think y'all will be in this dynamic? Because I'm gonna tell you, y'all think y'all this back here. That's what y'all think y'all are.
They even got the Indian reading the book. You see all the way in the far back left?
And look like the Chinese man out there waiting to come in too with a book. Deep shit, man. Hawaii ain't even got shoes on. But you know something? I want to show y'all the last queen of Hawaii before we get up out of here too. I don't know if you probably seen her before. I want to show y'all this. Last queen of Hawaii. Come up off that. Queen Liliuokalani. Let me find a big picture. Let me find a good photo. I want to stop sharing that. Let me go back. Come on. Come on, fam. Hold on. Let me find a good picture of them. Oh, I could do these. Yeah, I'm gonna share that. I just want to show y'all this, man, just before we get up out of here. Because like with the Martin Luther King thing, I usually assume that other people have seen every damn thing. And really everybody hasn't seen everything that
I learned that recently, that people don't know shit.
Yeah, this is Queen Liliuokalani, the last queen of Hawaii.
Big Mama.
Hey, she old thickums. Look at her. You see what I'm saying, man?
Bro, pull up a real picture of Pocahontas.
Let's see Pocahontas.
Man, I got 30 seconds before I gotta go on, but I want to see.
Oh, see, look what they showing you. They showing you the damn cartoon.
No. Put Pocahontas real pic.
Let's see her. That's her?
Hell no. She got a couple of pictures, bro. They whitewashed a couple of them, but a couple of them she look black.
I know she did one in England.
That's her real picture.
Yeah.
Don't she look like Diana Ross on crack?
Yeah, a little bit. Look at this one. Look at that one.
That one don't look like Diana Ross, but yeah, she's still dark, and the baby dark.
But check out how they did this. Look at this. So there's this photo, right?
Right.
But then look at this rendition of the same thing.
So I'm saying they whitewash everything.
Look at that. Isn't that crazy?
It's facts.
Really? Come on, fam.
Man, come on, man. Slide through the daycare, man. I gotta be out, man. I'm about to drop my shit, man.
All right, fam.
I'm out though.
All right, man. Appreciate you, man. Dirty folks in the building, man. Look, we ain't playing up in here, man. Man, y'all do y'all research to get this love and dating fucker out of here. Get up out of here. Hey, man, look, I appreciate y'all for joining the show this evening, man. And we'll get back on that. Y'all go check out that American Cholo. I want y'all, I just wanted to introduce y'all to that, man, so y'all can see what was going on with that. It's interesting, man. And I think this is all coming along at a time when, like I said, they're getting the Latin American museum and the African American History Museum in Washington, D.C. And so it's all weird, man. Look. We're going to see y'all next week, man, on the Big Mike Drop. I'll see y'all next Thursday. Y'all don't forget to head over there, man. Check out Westside Coolick. Check out my man Dirty Folks, who's going live right now. Also, check out my man, The World Class and Facts and Uncomfortable Truth with Bernard S. They're my people, man. That's the fam. Go check out my girl, Real Ram T. Lee. And shout out to y'all, man. I appreciate y'all. Before I get up out of here, I'm going to get one last comment from Matriarch. She said, there's a Pocahontas exception to the rule of mistreatment for any who agree to be savage in nature. Okay, a Pocahontas exception to the rule. Bet. Hey, man, we appreciate y'all for joining the show tonight, man. We will catch y'all next go round. This is Big Mike, and this is the end of the Big Mike Drop. Peace out.